check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow Unboxing at 18% off of all their natural products, from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. Apparently, Eddie Hearn got the memo that Gary Russell Jr. was sending out to the entire boxing world and all the promoters and managers that he's a free agent. He's not, in a contract with PBC or Al Heyman, or any other promoter or manager. He's a free agent, free to do whatever he want to do. And Gary Russell has been known from time to time to really put pressure on PBC to overcompensate him for not giving him the fights that he wants and believes he's earned at this point. And we all know what the big fight and the elephant in the room is. It's Leo Santa Cruz. But we back, Goodfellow Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And, and now, it's all about calling Al Heyman bluff. Look here. Do you care if I, do I got to really press you? Or the fact I got to, act like I'm a sign with Eddie Hearn. And him and Eddie Hearn sat down. Eddie Hearn called win. He told AB Boxing News, salute to that brother out there grinding, that he would love to sit down and talk to Gary Russell, and he expected him to be at the festivities, the weigh-in and stuff this weekend, because they fighting at the National Harbor down there in the DMV for Devin Haney fight versus Moran. That's tonight, if anybody interested. And also the fight Marine, Jamel Hearn is fighting for a title versus Ito Soyaki. Hopefully I say his name right. But, apparently Eddie Hearn say, fuck it, man, let me meet with Gary Russell. And he met with Gary Russell, and they discussed a multi-fight deal. So at the end of the day, if Gary Russell go over there, man, shout out to him. At this point, if you can't get the unification fights, get as much money as you guaranteed as you can. And if everybody want to knock Gary Russell, nah, man. Once again, like I said before, I already done videos about Al Heyman. People believe Al Heyman is a pro-black, and that's where a lot of the negativity and hatred comes about Premier Boxing Champions. But if a lot of these little PBC haters like, Dan Rayfield and Stevie Kim and Doug Fisher to a certain extent, if they really just look into it, Al Heyman ain't pro-black. He pro-green. He pro-Hispanic than anything, right? If he willing to let Gary Russell lead Premier Boxing Champions, he fought so hard to keep Errol over there. He fought so hard to keep Keith over there, because Keith Thurman could have went to Top Rank and fought Terrence Crawford eventually. And they compensated him for a Manny Pacquiao fight. They fought so hard to get Mikey and keep him. From DAZN. They fought so hard to keep the Charlos, Jared Hurd, all these people. David Benavidez. They fought very hard to keep them. And if he let Gary Russell willingly walk over there to protect Leo Santa Cruz and offer Leo Santa Cruz Gervonta Tank Davis, that's very telling, man, because he didn't deliver. He hurt Gary Russell's career, but ultimately, it is what it is. For Gary Russell, you do what's best for your pockets. If you can't build the legacy that you want to build, where all the fights at for you, because Leo Santa Cruz there for him, he can move up, fight Tank there for him. So if you can't get those fights in PBC willing to protect Gervonta, they're willing to protect Leo Santa Cruz, then the only other thing you can do is go to Top Rank and try to get in the Valdez, Warrington, Stevenson mix, and then eventually get into the Burchett mix. Or you can go to the zone, get a great guarantee and beat the hell out of Tevin Farmer and be a champion from that standpoint. Or, take your WBC over there and hope that, I guess, Danny Roman move up and fight you, or y'all can meet at a catchweight or whatever. But, it is what it is. And then if you want to, he can move up to 135. I don't think he's big enough and long enough to move up there. But it is what it is. So he really pressing Al Heyman to make a decision on this standpoint. And if Al continue to protect Leo Santa Cruz, well, I'm going to need to see him, give another fight, a black fighter, that protection. Like I said before, I've been talking about Al Heyman. It ain't never nothing personal. And with him, it's never personal. It's straight business. And if you let Gary Russell walk, so be it, man. Gary Russell, stack as much paper as you can and get out the game at this point. You try for legacy, you know what I'm saying? He one of the few dudes that really tried for legacy. You know what I'm saying? He tried to go out there and fight the best and unify. And really, he wasted his whole career with PBC. They failed to want to, get unification bouts for him. They gave Carl Frampton to Leo Santa Cruz. They didn't want to give Frampton to him. They didn't want to give Leo Santa Cruz to him. So, I mean, at the end of the day, and people going to be sour on Gary Russell. Well, I never liked Gary Russell. I don't care if he go to the zone or nothing. But they spent all this time sitting here talking about Anthony Joshua ducking. They spent all this other time sitting here say Canelo Alvarez ducking Jamal Charlo and etc. Right? But ain't nobody, and these people out here, and y'all know who I'm talking about. They supposed to be this pro-black box community, but they wasn't pro Danny Jacobs. They wasn't pro Gary Russell. You don't hear them talking about how Leo Santa Cruz ducked. Never. And watch how it changed. Just like when Devin Haney went to the zone from Australia, why he didn't sign the PBC. I ain't gonna pay for that. I ain't gonna watch Devin Haney. F Devin Haney because he went to the zone. Watch Gary Russell. I never liked Gary Russell anyway, Fuck Gary Russell. He going over there with Eddie Hearn. Instead of being mad at the primary person with all the money. Why y'all not mad at Al Heyman for depriving us of a good fight that we wanted to see in Leo Santa Cruz? And then the winner could have fought Gervonta Tank Davis. But ain't nobody going to call horse shit on that. Nobody going to call horse shit on that one. Nobody going to have nothing to say on that standpoint. It's just going to be like, oh, Gary Russell, he only fight once a year. And he's explained to people why he only fought once a year, because he want to do his mandatory. He want big fights. He want big fights. What's bad about the dude wanting to fight the best? And if he not willing to get if he can't get the best fights available for him, he don't want to fight then. I wish it was that way with a lot of other fighters. These dudes going to fight once or twice a year anyway. And if you fight twice a year, you only want to fight the best fighters out there. But hey, man, shout out to Eddie Hearn, man. Get it done. If Eddie Hearn can sign these brothers up, so be it. You look forward to Gary Russell and Tevin Farmer, and that's an easy fight, championship fight for Gary Russell. He still got his WBC. He said he can move up and force a fight with Burchett for a title shot. So maybe the zone can win that purse bid and do that, and then him and Tevin Farmer can come back and unify. So he got options, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if Gary Russell really truly only going after the most money financially, you know what I'm saying? If that's what he gonna do, man, I support him, man, because he tried for legacy. And I'm all for fighters that want to fight for legacy, and not just for the buck. Well, legacy is just as important as getting that money. Which, in this era, legacy will never be more important than getting that money. You know what I'm saying? It'll never be more important. But if it's just ass or just right there, I can respect it. So, at the end of the day, get that guaranteed money. What people don't realize, when you go to the zone, if you lose or whatever, you have a guarantee that, I'm going to get this much money next fight regardless. I think a guarantee behind it provides more security for fighters, man. With PBC, you fighting check to check. I don't want to make it seem that way. It's a big check, but, if you get knocked out tomorrow, you ain't going to get that 3.5 that you got for a regular fight. You can get knocked down to 2, 1.5. So, with a guarantee at top rank, when you sign the contract, even though when you lock yourself in the contract, you tie yourself down. But it's always yin and yang and positive and negative to most situations. And the positive is that you locked into a championship, you locked into a championship caliber contract. So I go out there and lose to, Tevin Farmer tomorrow, and I got I'm guaranteed $4 million to fight. I go out there tomorrow and fight somebody, I'm getting $4 million. And that's what people don't realize when you go to the zone to top rank. It's good and it's bad, and it's all the other stuff as far as you locked into a contract and this and that. But you guarantee some things in there, man. So, hey, it is what it is, man. But I know a lot of brothers going to be, oh, man, I never liked Gary Russell anyway. But these are the same people that put so much pressure on AJ, so much pressure on Canelo and other pressure. But I don't see them putting pressure on Leo Santa Cruz. But what, to kind of, give in their favor, most boxing fans and these quote-unquote hardcore boxing fans are very ignorant to the smaller weight classes. Really, a lot of dudes don't go past 147, don't go below 147 pounds. They're really, really ignorant to shit, even 140, even 135, 130, 126, 122, 118, and below. They're very ignorant. Most of these people didn't know who Inouye was before last weekend. I've been knowing who he was since he was 10-0, which wasn't, too much long ago. But I've been knowing who he was for quite some time. But a lot of these dudes are ignorant to the lower weight class, and it's not a shot. Some people are just not interested, man. And for me, it used to not be so interested. But when you ain't got the top guys at the heavier weight classes fighting, then shit, I'm not interested in the shit no more. So I'm start looking for the fighters who want all the smoke. So that's might be one of the reasons why they don't really care, you know, if Gary Russell and Santa Cruz happen. But hey, it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget to check out our sponsor about the Hellblaze, thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellas1 Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products, soaps, lotions, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much more. Website, promo code, description. And don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. You want to make a donation, that link's in the description. One time for the one time. Let me know what you think about the situation and about Gary Russell. Should he go